Well, don't mess it up now. That's the advice from the authorities as we head into the first bank holiday since lockdown restrictions were eased. Our tourist hotspots are expecting to be very busy, but the message is stay safe. Debbie Tubby has been to one of our most popular seaside towns.
Essex Police have additional patrols in Southend and a dispersal order in place here in Old Leigh to stop large crowds gathering this bank holiday weekend, the first since the easing of the latest lockdown restrictions. And that's because last Saturday 100 people gathered here. They were drinking and urinating in the street, bottles were thrown and a police officer was assaulted.
We will be as robust as we need to be. Antisocial behaviour is a fourth priority and we are determined to tackle it and deal with it properly. But I've got to reinforce this isn't a blanket ban on people being in Old Leigh. This is to target those that are there to cause damage to the community.
Almost a year ago, Southend made national headlines after people packed the beaches. The concern the COVID restrictions in place then could be broken.
There was a lot of underage drinking.
Daniel de Bond, one of 6 community safety officers who monitor and deter antisocial behaviour in and around Southend, saw the recent crowd trouble. He hopes the colder weather this weekend will stop groups gathering.
We'll be out there as a welcoming presence to visitors and residents alike, and we'll be dealing with any antisocial behaviour that arises.
Hi buddy, how you doing?
Andrew Steele and Josh Hunter are street rangers who patrol Southend. They're ensuring businesses have COVID signs, helping them with social distancing, keeping them safe and their customers, especially with hundreds of people expected in the coastal town this weekend.
Stuff from us you need from us, anything like COVID compliance or anything like that?
There are lots more resources on this weekend in terms of police and community safety, so everyone's really worked hard to make sure it's a safe weekend.
Got your menus for you for lunch today.
This hotel on the Southend seafront has refurbished its terraces during lockdown and is expected to serve 1,800 covers over the next 3 days.
We want people to come to Southend and use all 7 miles of our beach. Don't just come and sit on the first bit of beach. Please look left, look right. We've got all the way from Leigh through to Shoebury. Please use all of it.
Her customers are keen to do the right thing.
I feel that as long as we're doing stuff like this and we're still following all the rules, then it's lovely to be back out again.
Just quite excited really that we can get out again, as long as you're sensible and safe, and hopefully everyone will follow the guidelines and try and get back to a bit of normality, but carefully.
Understandably, on a bank holiday weekend when COVID restrictions are eased, people do want to be beside the seaside whilst remaining safe. The dispersal order will remain in place until Sunday evening. Debbie Tubby, BBC Look East, Essex.
Well, late this afternoon I spoke to an expert in communicable disease who's part of the team advising health officials in Southend.
My main concerns would be that considering we've been in a lockdown measure for such a long time, people start to drop their guard. And if we look at what has happened in India, anything like that can also happen anywhere in the world. So my advice to people would be, please don't drop your guard just because it's bank holiday, just because restrictions are easing. We will get there. We will get there in a better place. We need to get a lot of people immunized. In the meantime, please don't drop your guard.
A lot of people with businesses in Southend will be disappointed at the weather forecast. It's not very good for Bank Holiday Monday, but presumably as far as COVID is concerned, it's a result for you.
This bank holiday may help us with fewer numbers, but overall our strategy is we keep those numbers down irrespective of whether it is sunny or not.
This coming week, the government will decide whether we can lift more restrictions the week after. Do you think we're in a place where that's a good idea, that we can lift some of the restrictions?
At the moment, the evidence locally and nationally is favourable towards lifting the restrictions. But what we need to do is remain watchful even after we've lifted those restrictions.
Doctor, thank you very much for being with us this evening.
Thank you. Good evening.